Hello Comic Book YouTube, it's Liam back with another video. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone that's taken the time to watch the first one on the channel and leave comments and subscribe. Really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to engaging a bit more with the community both here on YouTube and on other platforms like Instagram. Just going to do a quick haul video, a few things I've picked up recently, talk about a couple of things, and let's crack into the upgrades in my collection with a quick downgrade. So with the shelving behind us, very conscious of sizes of books. For my collecting OCD, I like to have things ordered in alphabetical, and unfortunately some of the library edition size books don't quite fit in the size of the shelving. So it's a series I've not quite read yet. I think it was digitally released first and then in print following that by two creators who are very much have followed the careers of over the years, and that is Snow Angels by Jock and Jeff Lemire. So you know what you're getting with a Jeff Lemire story, and you know what you're getting with Jock art. I've got my Batman Jock t-shirt on, coincidentally. So I'm looking forward to digging into this when I get a chance and seeing what happens with it. Another kind of quick little purchase which just caught my eye on eBay because I've been on a bit of a Vertigo kick lately, and I've just recently bought the Books of Magic hardcover omnibus to dive into, and that's the Free Country Children's Crusade. Tales of the Children's Crusade, rather. It's got stories by Neil Gaiman, Jamie Delano, who I love his Hellblazer stuff, and the other little bits and bobs I've read. So again, once I get the chance, looking forward to digging into this and seeing what this is like. It's a nice little hardcover, and it was cheap enough, so I thought I'll add that to the collection. Now, being on a bit of a Vertigo kick, one of the series I am looking to start collecting as well and finish is the Animal Man run. Now, I've read the Grant Morrison stuff, but I didn't realise that in addition to the 3 collected volumes of them, they continued printing them, and they went up to volume 7, which collected some of the work by the likes of Tom Veitch and Jamie Delano, amongst others. So went on eBay, found a couple of them with a seller which had stickers on them, but to me it doesn't matter. I'm not precious about condition. I'm quite happy to kind of muck in and try and like clean up books a little bit to present a little bit better, which is I'll come on to again in a moment. So the first couple I picked up from a seller on eBay was volume 5, and followed that up with volume 7. Then following on from that, I found a copy of volume 4, Born Wild. Wicked Brian Bourne cover, as always. And then I'm scouring eBay, and there's no volume 6s without going to America and paying God knows what for shipping, and like £25–30 for the book. So I reached out on one of the Facebook groups and to see if anybody had a copy of number 6. And there was a guy who did have 6 and 7, so I bought those, and I'll just resell the 7. But to finish off the reading set, I've got volume 6 there of Animal Man. So I think I can finally sit down once I'm finished rereading Swamp Thing at the moment, and I think I'm going to reread the Morrison Animal Man and then go straight through with the other Animal Man books. So it's nice to have a full set of those which I can dip into as and when on the shelf, and the spines look quite nice together there, all with the Vertigo logo as well. So I hate when you get the mix and match with the DC, especially when they've changed the logo from the bullet and the swirl and God knows what else. So as a little bit of a project, and kind of keeping in line with the previous video there where I mentioned about my collecting goals, I am looking to kind of piece together some of the Hellblazer paperbacks in addition to finishing off the singles run. I've got a few off there, and there's a bit of an overspill behind Kid Eternity. So I found a lot on eBay from America of ex-library books. Now, I know that probably sends alarm bells to a lot of collectors, ex-library and condition you're going to get them in and that kind of thing, but it was 10 books all in all, and actually they didn't look too bad. The spines were covered in what looked kind of some kind of thin film or tape or sticker or something like that. So they were all protected, so they presented quite nicely on the spine, and the pages, from what I could kind of tell, didn't look too bad either. So I came in, got a few bits of stuff to kind of clean them up with from Amazon, bit of spray and like scrapers and stuff like that. And actually, I'm quite impressed with how they've come out. Other than the stamp on the top, which at some point I might try and sand off, but to be honest, I'll probably just leave it as is, because as I say, I'm not precious on condition. And those little gaps that are filled in were some of Paul Jenkins' run. So we've got volume 10, In the Line of Fire. We have volume 12, How to Play with Fire. And that collects the end of Jenkins' run. And that then leads into Warren Ellis's run, which is in this one, which is volume 13, which is Haunted. The volume's called Haunted, the book isn't actually haunted, I hope. And again, other than the stamp on the top, shout out to Stowe Munro Falls Public Library. The nice reader copies, as I say, the spines present quite nicely, and it's nice just to have a copy to pull off the shelf and have a little read through if I want to have a little reread. So still on the hunt for those, hopefully find a few more and, you know, explore little deals like that. And the other books in this collection, I think there was 2 of the more recent stuff. I think like the New 52 volume, they had like a really hard, horrible plastic cover on the front, so they got binned, and the other 5 were alright, and I've just sell them on, hopefully get most, if not all, of my money back, to get those for free. So I know people have talked about, and I was watching Josh Comics' video there about kind of making the hobby pay for itself, and it is, you know, like selling stuff and buying stuff, so it feels like you're getting stuff for free. It's a bit like when you see on TikTok and stuff, people talking about girl math and stuff. It's kind of comic book math, isn't it? You're selling stuff to buy stuff, and it's basically free. So you know, once I've sold those, that'll come out, and I can then tell my wife that I've actually got them for nothing. So that was on my collecting goals. And the other one of the other things rather was for Teen Titans. So again, having a little look through Facebook and one of the buying and selling pages, and there was a seller there selling a few miscellaneous books, and a couple of them caught my eye, so I reached out to see if they were still available, and they were, and those came in. So it ticks a couple of big boxes from that particular run, and that one is for the Wolfman and Perez Teen Titans. So the first book was a nice British pence copy of number 1, and that was together with another nice British pence copy of number 2, which is first appearance of Deathstroke. So really happy to add those to the collection. Like I say, 2 big boxes checked on that run, and hopefully remainder of 2026 I'll be able to fill it out. I am hoping to go to a convention not too far from me towards the end of the month, so I think primarily, other than seeing if there's a nice Daredevil or one or two, I'll see if I can try and finish this run off in some of the back issue boxes and stuff like that, and try and finish that while I'm there. But yeah, like I said, just a quick little haul video, first one for 2026. Again, thank you for everybody taking the time to watch and leave feedback and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, you know, be able to connect on other social media as well, and share all of the comics and collecting and stuff like that. So yeah, if there's anything you want to see from me, or any particular videos or anything like that, just let us know. I do have a few ideas, and I think the next one will maybe be a bit of a deep dive into a book I've read recently over the Christmas break. So see whether it's something you maybe should pick up, or maybe something you should maybe ignore. But for now, guys, that's me. Thanks very much again for watching. Take care. Bye bye.